welcome to Big Dave's Guide, and this is for the spine of Deathwing. Our raid is made up with 2 healers, 7 DPS and 1 tank for this fight. Now this fight has a lot of different mechanics going on at the same time, and it's just learning each one, and after you learn how it works, it is pretty straightforward, but just handling everything getting faster and faster is what happens in this. But basically when you start off you get 4 tentacles. You want to kill 3 and each tentacle will leave a big ad. You want them all to stack up, everybody to stack up on either side, left or right, whatever way you prefer. And when everybody's standing on the same side, Deathwing will do a roll. When Deathwing rolls, you have to be standing inside the orange ooze that we've just killed the tentacle, and you will get strapped. Basically you're stuck down to Deathwing, so when he rolls you don't fall off, but all the ads will fall off. That's why you've killed 3 and left 1 up, so then when you go back you kill the extra tentacle and you will get a big ad. Now this big ad basically is you just want to nuke it down to about 10% of its health, and then after that it's when you get the big ad, or kill the wee bloods that come out of each of the holes that you left in the tentacles. You want to kill those, they will die and leave blood over the ground. Now what you do with the big ad is that you move them over the blood, then you'll see it stacking up. As you see at the minute it's got 1, but you'll see after a while it'll just start stacking up. But the problem with this is that the more stacks that the big ad has, the harder it hits. So you kind of want to get them down as far as possible and stack them up as quick as possible, so you have less time with bigger damage done to him. Now, as soon as you get 9 stacks, that's when you want to kill the ad. As soon as you have 9, he will start going into self-kamikaze, if you want to call it. He starts erupting and blows up. You want to stand as close to the plate of Deathwing and the spine of it, and he will blow up. And when he blows up, he will reveal a thing called a burning tendon. Now this is what's still holding the plate to Deathwing, but you want to basically everybody nuke this down as fast as possible. You only have I think it's about 30 seconds or 25 seconds to burn it down, and as soon as you burn it down then the plate will flip off, as you will see coming up now. The plate's now flipped off and revealed another 2 tentacles, should I say. Then you want to kill 2 of them and basically restart the whole fight over again, where you just kill 1, everybody then stands to the left hand side, as you can see we do, and then you can see it called out, and now you will see the ads fly off as he does a roll. There you go. And then restart the whole fight, and you have to do this 3 times. Now the problem is, when you do the first plate, I think they spawn about, is it 60% of all the bloods, and then when the first plate's took off, they spawn 120%, and as you can tell, every time you knock a plate off, the faster the bloods will spawn, and then it becomes more trouble. This is where the fight gets harder and harder. First plate is easy enough, second plate not too bad, third plate is hectic. The other mechanic I have to explain is the tentacle. There's one tentacle that always stays up. The reason being is that no matter what, even when you kill it, it will automatically pop up another tentacle somewhere else. So the tentacle is a bit of a pest. Basically it'll do 1 or 2 things. It'll put a debuffs on your raid, and this debuff means that if you get it, that you have to be healed for 200k of healing before you can actually receive any proper healing, because it'll absorb the heals, and as soon as you get that off you, then you can be healed. The second one is that you can see him now doing a grip onto somebody member, but what you have to do is hit the tentacle about 2 to 3 times and he'll automatically let go, and then the person is free again. So we had a range DPS assigned to it, and another DPS for backup, just in case it was the range person you had assigned that gets hit with it. As you can see now, we're taking off the second plate, so then we only have 1 more plate to go, and this is where you see it'll start getting a wee bit hectic, where you'll see so much blood and so much damage going out. This is when it actually becomes a wee bit more intense for the healers. The only thing I can advise now is that when you're doing your roll, healers can pop a cooldown like drink or barrier for priests, or aura mastery. If you can pop something like that to keep everybody from receiving damage, because people will have the debuff as well at the same time while still receiving damage when you stand in the ooze, to keep yourself attached to Deathwing. As you can see now, that we're just basically, when you get to phase 3, we're trying to kill off as much blood as we can first, and then nuking that as hard as we can, because basically there's enough blood already on Deathwing's back to get him to 9 stacks, but we just want him to get straight down to 10, maybe less, 5%, and then just let him stack up and just burn all your cooldowns around that stage, because basically when the ad does go into the phase where he starts doing erupting, like a erupting volcano, I pop Rallying Cry. We have 2 warriors here, so we were popping it every other turn. You do really want it for the third, like for less damage to be going around, as I say, because there's plenty of damage already going. If you have the 4-set bonus as a tank where you do the raid shield wall, that's definitely helps out a lot in this fight. Anything that can avoid damage for people for about 20% is amazing for 10 seconds. And as you can see here, this is where it goes all Pete Tong for us, where our tank gets killed. I'm next on threat, so that's me out. But for some reason, my camera decides to start spinning to the right hand side, so really apologise for the next 20 seconds of this fight. I try and sort it out, but I don't know if it's just because whatever way I was facing when I died, but it wouldn't stop spinning me. But lucky enough that when the ad blew up, as you can see from here, that we got the last one revealed, and we burnt Hero at the same time, used all the cooldowns, and nuked this as hard as possible. I'll put a macro up so you can get the burning tendon target, so it makes it a lot easier to target this. Please leave some feedback, like or dislike, or leave a comment if I've missed any of the mechanics. But thanks very much for listening to Big Dave's Guide.